Gainsborough. It came back to me. Boy in Blue. I'm sure it's called Boy in Blue, isn't it? It was on loan from somewhere. I remember it was, well, I saw it was coming on loan, and about 2 years ago, it was being lent from somewhere over the water to the Tate. I don't know. I can't remember. I've forgotten. It was Gainesville, wasn't it? I just remembered by myself. I didn't have to Google. It just came to me, like these things do. Blue Boy. It's supposed to be the most beautiful painting in the whole world, so I thought I'd go and see it. I don't think it is the most beautiful, but I just wanted to go just so I could say I'd done it. Has it gone back now? Probably. It was about 4 years ago. I forget everything, except I remember it. It's one of those things. Just let it go. Well, I can't. I've remembered it now. I can still remember being in Whitby and nearly driving on a cliff. Driving off one, I mean. That was 23 years ago. Just forget about it. Well, you forget about it then. Why don't you forget about everything? Why don't you forget about me? Oh, you did. I'll stop talking. What should I do now? What do you mean? Just go to town like this? Just walk to the bank in your elf costume. No one will realise that you're wearing your pyjamas. Put a bra on there. Actually, don't put a bra on. Just go. In fact, just go and pretend. Actually, don't pretend. Just stumble to the bank in your pyjamas. They do it in Newcastle. No one gives a fuck up there. People at Walmart, though. Do it for the TP. What was that Australian thing called? Trailer Park Boys, that's right. Or New Zealand. Don't start another war between those two factions. I don't know. It was down that way somewhere, wasn't it? Like that, I said before about that art film. Is it called The Concrete Garden, The Cement Garden? You should definitely watch that. That was a New Zealand film thing. I've said before, you should definitely watch that if you haven't. That was quite amusing in a dark sort of obsidian, sort of Blackadder way. The best bit that the parents die, don't they? And the children just left. What do you mean it's a true story? Well, it probably is, but I just like the bit when the dad was calling, because this was just a social observation on parenting full stop. It carried me far in raising my children. But the dad was in the garden, like asking his teenage son to come and help, who ignored him. His teenage son was locked in the bathroom masturbating, and then the father had a heart attack. It's worth watching just for that. It's quality. And then the mum dies as well, I think, unless she'd already died. And they just stay there. I'd watch it again, actually, if I had not smashed up my laptop. I don't like cricket. I love it. That's Bob Fossil. That's who. He loves me. Well, I know he does. He loves me so much. I met him, at the after show. He was pretending to be a normal person. I forgot what his name was, so I couldn't speak to him. So we just, we just made up our own names for each other. And it was such a fun night. Robots in Disguise were playing. I can't remember who else was there, to be honest. It was probably all the pills I'd taken, so I could sit through that fucking god-awful performance they called Mighty Boosh. I'm joking. They called my ex the tattooed freak. Elbow Patches did that for me. He said it's the tattooed freak. I don't know if that was supposed to be an insult or a humorous thing, but I thought it was funny anyway. He was scowling at me, probably for showing everyone up. Being too funny and made them just look stupid. and it should have been me who would have been paid and not them, and they all felt racked with guilt. That's why they had to run away. But there we are. That was the end of the show. I'm going now because, do you know what? I look like Davy Crockett. They're all my cushion covers hanging up. I washed them. I feel like, it's a spritz around. You have to do that. What did I wash them in? The sink. Because I don't have a washing machine that works at the moment. Oh yeah, I was going to say I can't Google how to fix it. It's only the filter needs changing, I think, because I smashed up the laptop. But I can currently still got on the internet with my phone, but I can't be bothered to do it anyway. I'm just rinsing things through. I like being connected to the process. It makes it more personal. And then you think more about, the impact you're having on the environment and the impact, you're just more connected to the whole process, aren't you, of washing and your belongings and what you actually need. And what you can do without. What can you do without? Well, like I said before, I've had plenty of bullshit. I've got enough. I don't really need any more of that. What do you need? Well, no, really. I need my clothes to dry, and if not, I'll throw them away. I need, what are the three basics of humanity? Food, shelter, and reproduction. We work for three things. Sex. Because they're all vital for what? Survival of the species. That's right. So they're the three things. That's true, isn't it? The triad of... what's it called? Having a head injury is bullshit. Well, it's not. It's okay, because you know what? It's only when you've lost everything you're free to do anything. So I'm now free to be a person with a head injury. That's almost free range to do what the fuck I like, because I can't do anything different, because I've been affected in a way that means I can only be me, unlike everyone else who can only be them. I get to be that person who says, do you know what, you are a bunch of half cunts, because I've had a head injury and not one single person that has even asked if I'm alright or come to see if I need any help. And they're all screaming and crying about me being toxic and narcissistic, and it's like, well, actually, do you know what, I think you've got the labels stuck on backwards. I'm not the toxic narcissistic one. I'm the one who got fucking legged over by the police, and you've got all this Black Lives Matter shit stuck in your windows. And I'm still waiting for any sort of, do you know what, realisation that I've lived through that and nobody gives two shits. But I'll just carry on being toxic. I don't care anymore. I don't care one fucking shitting bit. Not at all. I don't even care that much. I'm delighted that I got a head injury. It was probably the prize I wasn't expecting. I'll just sit here and suck it up. And also that broken ankle that wasn't diagnosed in the hospital. And I can say, do you know what, if they can miss a fucking broken ankle with an x-ray machine, how the fuck are they going to diagnose a mental health disorder effectively? How are they going to do that? They're not. That's how. So you just crack on and live your life, and I'll just crack on and live mine. My toxic one. Soaked in toxicity that I've seeped off the rest of the population, probably. Oh well. Here we all are. It must be nearly time to get dressed and go to the bank. I think so. I'll do some music and find a costume and go on my toxic life path through the beautiful Garden of Eden that I was left to tread. I'll just leave my toxic trail and ruin it all for everyone else. I don't care though. Do you know why? My Ren's dead, or it's gone. I'm grieving. That's not toxic, is it? I'm grieving for the life that I've lost. I'm grieving for the family that I raised in this shit pit of fucking... I want to say Gollum and Demora. What was it? Is that even right? I can't remember. I fucking hate my stupid memory. That's not dementia. Not at all. Sodom and Gomorrah, wasn't it? Was it? It's not Plato. What is it? What he says. Please. It's okay. Look. She's just giving me her paw. Oh no, she's not. She's haven't fed her. Look. She says it'll be okay. It's only it's only Sodom and Gomorrah. We've been here before, she says. We'll be fine. She's sitting at the gates of Hades, guarding the entrance, and I'm sitting with her. Because you know why? No one wants to be left alone. Well, actually, that's not true. Sometimes you do. I'm going because you know what? No one cares. And that includes me, and I don't care to talk about it anymore. No, she's saying it's just boring.